It was on Sunday, 15th June 2025, that the cover was blown open. It was at the Northeast APC stakeholders meeting in Gombe, the Gombe state capital. All the ugly political content in the Northeast zone of the ruling All Progressives Congress was spewed in the open. It took the intervention of security personnel to prevent a fisticuff between Gentleman Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, and his Gombe State counterpart, Inuwa Yahaya. What was at issue was a motion moved by Yahaya for the zone to endorse Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the unopposed presidential candidate of the APC in the 2027 election. No mention was made of Kashim Shettima, the vice president, as running mate. The then national chairman of the party, Abdullahi Ganduje, did not offer Shettima any protection. Babagana Zulum raised a moral flag. Shettima had offered Tinubu so much favor and stood by him in hiring false bishops to endorse his candidature. What reward was he getting? Left in the cold, his political future uncertain.
The issue of Shettima right now, I think, is a distraction. It has already consumed somebody. I understand that was why reason Ganduje lost his post. Maybe I stand to be corrected. So, but then, looking at it critically, I think VP Shettima has been very loyal. I've not seen him abuse or insult or say anything against the president, despite all the attempts being made to discredit him. Some of us have been observing a lot of things that we have never noticed in previous administrations. Since this administration came in, we have never seen Shettima preside over Federal Executive Council, even when the president is not there. That has not been the norm. When the president is not there, the vice president presides. But we have seen cases where when the president is not there, it's either Shettima is out of the country or the Federal Executive Council will not hold. And even when the president is in the country, most times he is sent out of the country on days that FEC is supposed to sit. If we are actually to measure, like in the National Assembly, where you are expected to sit minimum of 180 days, I don't think the VP, we can say in all honesty that he has sat more than 20% of the FEC meetings that are held. And that calls for question. I mean, is he being a rubber stamp, or is he a spare tire, like people say that VPs are spare tires?
In my opinion, it's largely a party affair. It's not something that is for the country. Definitely, whatever decision you take impugns on governance. They are supposed to be concentrating on governance and not politics, as it were. And hence, whether Shettima is coming back for a second term or not is only time that will tell. That remains to be seen. But in my opinion, it's largely a party thing. You see, democracy is not all about government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Democracy is also about conflict resolution. A lot of things happen within the party. Do you have internal democracy within the party? Where same is not the case, why is that the case? These are issues that you look at. On the other hand, issues that bother on loyalty is something that every leader wants.
But why is Shettima losing out? The major reason is cold political calculations. Tinubu has become intensely worried that the Fulani political establishment is totally opposed to his second-term bid. Shettima is not shy of playing the Kanuri religious cousin to the Fulani political interests. So he has expressed his objection to the winner-takes-it-all approach of Tinubu in strategic political appointments. Tinubu has unabashedly played the ethnic card. Strategic security, financial, oil industry, policy, regulation positions are in the grips of the Yorubas. That simply means that the Fulani establishment is not getting what they are used to. Ordinarily, this should have worked for Shettima since the Kanuri would have provided a counterbalance.
I would rather advise APC to allow President Tinubu to have time. We still have up to next year before politicking will start. So talking about him now, I think is a distraction, very, very uncalled for, very, very unnecessary distraction. But then going forward, I would advise Tinubu to stick to him if he wins the APC presidential primary, which I'm sure he will win. And because they say one good turn deserves another. Removing him will cause a lot of discomfiture in the north, and I'm sure a lot of people will not be happy about it.
Two other factors are, however, working against him. Tinubu knows that if he is to get a second term, the Muslim ticket could be a liability. He is therefore looking in the direction of the northern Christians to boost his numbers if he is to succeed in his bid for a second term.
For the Muslim ticket you talked about, until our leaders started dividing us along the lines of religion and ethnicity and exploiting it to their selfish political advantage. Some of us as broad-minded people have never seen the religion of a leader as a determining factor as to whether the leader is going to perform or is not going to perform. So Muslims, we've had it before. We had, did we not have Abiola and Kingibe? They were elected, both Muslims, you know. And then we have also had, I think, I don't know, in some states we've had them, and we have seen them deliver dividends of democracy. So for some of us who are broad-minded, it is not really a challenge. I think what is important is the commitment and determination of those who are elected, irrespective of their religious affiliations and cleavages. Their determination and commitment to deliver is what matters to some of us.
In addition, Kano State, which is a major northern political stronghold, is prevaricating, some moving towards Pibat and others holding on to the Kwankwansiya dynasty. That reduces Tinubu's vote loss, even if he doesn't get him a landslide. It, however, makes Shettima a featherweight. Worse than this is the Boko Haram baggage which Shettima still carries. He is yet to discharge his alleged complicity in the Chibok girls' abduction episode. The opponent's profile of him is that he has no limit to what he can do in a power game. Not even human life seems to matter in his pursuit of power ambition. That is an allegation, though not weighty on facts, but grave in political sentiment, especially knowing that some Boko Haram suspects were arrested in the Abuja liaison office of Borno State while he was governor. Kashim Shettima's eyes are fixed on the presidency after Tinubu, and Tinubu's advisors are reported to be whispering to their principal to be wary of an over-ambitious vice. That may be another issue the president is considering in choosing his running mate.
There are procedures for removal of people who have been elected or who have run on the same ticket with those elected. It's purely their internal affair. But the only advice we can give from outside is, okay, what are those things, those expectations? What were those things they expected from Shettima that probably haven't been delivered in terms of provision of services and leadership? It is clearly their internal affair. But what we are saying, I am one man who believes in continuity. That's one thing I believe in. But continuity is also dependent on, at least within that period of assessment, have you made any attempts to try to deliver at all before we begin to talk about continuity? Now, why I say it's the internal affair is because only them can tell you the level of destabilization that may be caused by that decision. Only them can tell you what they stand to benefit as a party if the decision to drop him is executed and is eventually dropped. It's not an NNPP affair, it is an APC affair. And I'm sure that they have their machinery, local machinery within the party to determine what they would do to the man.
In the public, presidential spokespersons tell you that running mates are chosen after primaries. But is the presidential candidate not also chosen at the primaries? Why will a presidential candidate get endorsement and his running mate remains a matter of conjecture or even contention?
You see, let's not forget that politicians are human beings. The pain you feel, they feel it also at different levels. And sincerely, in my opinion, I hope the assertion, whatever the issues are, will be handled. But for its worth, I don't think it's something that Nigerians should truly be bothered about, because it's largely an internal party decision.
It is their internal affair. They are the ones looking at the reasons why they should drop him or the reasons why they should not drop him. But I can see that part of what they are saying at the surface level is that he did not deliver the Northeast. The Northeast that was, what do I call it, in turmoil during the election. Where were they expecting the votes to come from? You know. So that is the truth about it. It is their internal matter. Let us allow them determine it in such a way that it would either be destructive to them or be beneficial to them. But what is important is the interest of Nigeria. We need peace and we need stability in this country.
Why is Tinubu getting all the endorsement while a running mate is left out? The outlook for Shettima is not promising, and it appears that some candidates may get a Tinubu look in before him, which could signal winter and rough weather for the former banker. Reporting in Abuja, I am Shettima'S.